Climate change is a global concern and its impacts are felt everywhere across the globe. As we listened to farmers from two different parts of the world, US and Bhutan, we were amazed to see how the effects of climate change in both these places were similar. One of the similar effects both places share has been the changes in the amount of rainfall they have received over the years.
Everywhere you go, you'll see a lot of greenhouses. Now, not just on this farm, but protected crops are, everybody's trying to protect their crops from, not just temperature, but drought, extended periods where there's no rain, from too much rain, from hail events. So that's sort of where I'm coming from. It's like the weather's changing.
रोगहरू आउँदैछ अब कोही मर्दैछ कोही डढ्दैछ
Rainfall pattern
यस्तो
has also changed. In the past, there was balance in nature. We got adequate rainfall and sunshine, but now this has changed. There is hardly any rainfall, and when there is rainfall, it too is very hard. It erodes all the nutritious topsoil, exposing the soil to rain and wind.
Increasing temperature is one of the prominent effects of climate change, and farmers in both countries have adapted means to survive through these changes.
I have seen and spoken with farmers who've intentionally gone from black Angus cattle into Galloway cattle, which can be white, or red cattle because they don't get as hot.
It's not like how it used to be. Our hardships are only increasing because of natural hindrances. Our crops are drying out, and crop production is also affected due to the extreme heat. We used to grow oranges, but it is not doing well in this increasing temperature, so we are shifting towards cardamom plantation.
As the impacts of climate change are taking over the world, it has become a necessity for people to adapt and mitigate as a means to cope up with these impacts. US and Bhutan are different in so many aspects geographically and culturally, yet how they adapt to the changes in the climate are very much alike.
I plant grass, shrubs or trees all around my farm so that the soil will not get eroded. I feel this is very important to keep our soil intact.
Getting more carbon into the soil is the way that we not only reverse climate change, but we live through the time that it takes us to reverse climate change, because we protect the soil, we protect the water.
Although the impacts are universal, the underlying truth is that some places are most likely to be affected more than the others. These are places where the resource setting is often very poor. The persistent impacts, if left unattended, are most likely to get worse. It is in the best interest of everyone that they become known to these effects and become more mindful of their actions. Whether it's curbing their greenhouse gas emissions or keeping the fossils in the ground or reducing their waste, we need to do it now or we'll end up losing the only planet we have.